Hi guys, my name is Trudy. I'm a member of the IQ Bar team and also one of the vloggers. This week's vlog is all about academic sessions, the policy, what to include in them, how to structure and tailor them, and reporting and reviewing them. So if you want to check that what you've been doing is right, or maybe you haven't had one yet but you're worried that you might and just want to get ahead of the game, or if you've got one coming up, then stay tuned and watch. So what does it mean? Basically, an academic session is an hour long in comparison to our normal taster and normal sessions, which are 30 minutes. Even an academic taster is 1 hour, and this is an opportunity for you to showcase how you would plan, deliver, and report back on an academic session, so make sure that you shine. But what is it? Basically, it's a session with a long-term buddy that follows the same structure as a normal session. But the aim of an academic session is to develop a specific subject area in English. The buddy will be expecting to have a lesson with one of our highly skilled buddies, and that their needs are met, and that they have each session tailored to that particular buddy and their needs. So if you're wondering how do you prepare or what do you include, let's take a look. One of the first things and one of the most important things is that you read the academic session policy. This is a must, and I'll show you how to get to it here. So when you're on your homepage, you need to go up to instructions. Then if you go to the must read tab, and here you will find a list of helpful documents and policies, and in there you will see the IQ Bar academic sessions policy. All you have to do is click on it, and the policy will load for you to look at and to save if you want it for future reference. When it comes to planning, the buddies will be sharing their curriculum with you so that you know what they want to be taught and that what you're teaching covers and links directly to what's being covered at the buddy's school or university. Don't panic. You'll be given as much information as possible prior to the session so that you can really prepare well. Just as you would with any other normal session, you need to check the details of the course, the name, the age, etc. And here it will also tell you which academic subject they want to focus on and their overall aim. Again, as you would in your normal practice, you should be looking at your session history, see what the buddy has done previously, and where you will need to continue from. In the session history, you'll also be able to see the previous homework and activities that have been set. So check this and plan yours appropriately. Have one in mind, and even if you end up changing it during the lesson, it's fine, you're adapting to the buddy's needs. Another teacher standard that we might be meeting there. Prepare any materials you'll need. So you might be supplied with a book, or you might be supplied with certain materials that the buddy wants to use, or alternatively, you might have to supply your own. As you know, you'll need to ensure these resources are uploaded in the class before it starts. Ideally, you need to upload them the evening before the class. That's the earliest. And at the latest, no less than 10 minutes before the lesson is due to start. However, this isn't really ideal, especially if you encounter any problems. It might be really hard for the team to help out so quickly. Then, just like any other lesson, make sure you enter the classroom around 5 minutes before the session. So let's talk through how you structure and tailor academic sessions. A lot of the structuring and tailoring will depend on the needs and desires of the actual buddy. So this is kind of just a general overview. These lessons will be completely tailored to the needs of that buddy. So they will involve a bit of extra work, which is why there's also a bit of extra pay too. It could be that you'll be covering what the buddy is going to be learning at school. So you'll be teaching to them first. Or it might be that you're assessing and extending their knowledge of what they're already learning at school. Again, this will be specific to the buddy. You'll be pleased to know that you're following that familiar structure that you would in a normal session. So you'll have your icebreaker, your homework check from the previous lesson, you'll recap the content from the previous lesson, you introduce your new content, and then you will set the new homework for the next session. It's expected that these sessions are helping the buddy to develop further, and extension work should be included on the curriculum. This should be in the form of mastery level activities where the buddy can apply what they've learned in lots of different contexts. There is one slight difference here though. Whereas in a normal session, you'll complete a review at the end of a unit. For academic sessions, you must do a review every 2 weeks. So the review, the assessment, should be in the form of a test or another form of assessment agreed by the Buddy and the Buddy. Now we're going to talk through reviews and reports. So that's the hour over. What next? Just like with a normal session, you'll have to complete a review. But this will be slightly different to a normal review. This should be a lot more detailed. You'll need to cover whether they completed their homework and feedback on this, what was covered, the page numbers, the topics, and list any additional materials they used. State the homework that you've set. List on what they struggled on and areas to improve on, and also mention what they did really well in the lesson. Similarly, following on from an academic taster session, you will also complete a review, but more detailed than a normal taster session review. This is because the academic buddies are provided with the course plan, which can only be comprehensive if lots of information is given to us. The more you give, the better it will be. So the reports I mentioned. Every 2 weeks, you'll be required to produce a report to send to the buddies' parents. This should be really detailed, and you should focus on the progress they've made, the areas for development, and the assessment results. When you submit this report, a plan for future sessions should also be submitted, and this will be in a table format. So you'll need to include the number of sessions that are expected to be conducted in the next 2 weeks, and materials being covered and the reason behind these being used, along with the suggested homework activities. So we can't talk about you getting paid a little bit more without actually saying a little something about the pay. So buddies who conduct academic sessions inside their contracted hours will be paid the difference between the hourly pay rate and the academic session pay rate. This rate will vary though, depending on your buddy classification. And if you want to find that out, ask your team leader. You can find some of the information I've mentioned today in the new Buddy Welcome Pack, as you can see here. Also, additional information can be found in the academic sessions policy, as it can be seen here. If you don't have either of these, you can find them here on the must read section on your homepage. Or if you have any problems or would like more clarification, speak with your team leader. As always guys, I really hope this has helped, and I wish you the best of luck in your academic sessions. If you need more information, please contact a member of the team. Remember, you've got your team leaders there for your help. Thanks guys, bye.